Are you a fish farmer or you are intending to start a fish farm? This is a deadly mistake a lot of beginners are making. In fact, it is actually a misconception which not only even beginners, even experienced fish farmers sometimes make, and that cause a lot of diseases and mortality to you as a farmer. In fact, this can make you lose all your fish at once. So I'm going to take you through that misconception or that mistake in this video, and I will show you the way forward or how to avoid that and also achieve what you really want or your actual results. A lot of fish farmers, especially beginners, in the quest to grow their fish bigger, they have the misconception that the more feed you give the fish, the more they grow. That is actually, in a way, true. But if you are not careful in doing that, you also kill all your fish. Your fish need feed, in fact, quality feed and more feed to grow. But in the quest of giving them more feed for faster growth, you are likely to also poison them and kill them. I will tell you why. The feed, especially the commercial feed, most of the commercial feed, even the local made feed, has a lot of ammonia, and when you overfeed them, it introduces that high ammonia into the pond. And high ammonia is the most deadly and poisonous parameter you could see in the water. The reason it is deadly is that ammonia reduces oxygen level. When there's high ammonia in the pond, it reduces the oxygen level. And when there's low oxygen in the pond, the fish will suffocate and die because they depend heavily on the oxygen to survive. So the high ammonia reduces the dissolved oxygen in the water. And most of or what causes the high ammonia is overfeeding. So when you want to grow your fish faster and you intend to give them more feed, the likelihood of overfeeding them is higher. And when you overfeed them, like I say, it will introduce ammonia and reduce oxygen. So if you underfeed your fish, they will not grow bigger. That's why I said that to an extent, feeding your fish higher is making them grow faster. But the fear is overfeeding. But bear in mind, if you underfeed your fish and they don't grow faster, it is far, far better than overfeeding them, because when you overfeed them, you poison them and kill them, like I said. Now, how do you do or extract the balance? To strike the balance of overfeeding and underfeeding, you need to practice what we call responsive feeding method. With the responsive feeding method, you give the feed small at a time to the fish to see how they react to it. Just throw a little, see how they react to it. If they react vigorously, energetic, active, and they still need, you add them more. And you are observing how they are taking the feed. When you notice that they slow down and you throw the feed and it takes a little longer time than they have been taking it, then this is indication that they have been filled up and you can leave them like that. Bear in mind, most of the beginners, they will contact experts and they will tell them that, yes, in this stage, give them 5 grams this in the morning, 5 grams afternoon, 5 grams evening. I'm giving assumption. They give them specific number of measurements. That is true. That's good. But I personally do not subscribe to that. And the reason is that the fish, most of the time, they do not have the same appetite at all times. For instance, there are days that they have high appetite. And when you give them more feed, they consume. And there are times that they have lower appetite. So when you give them, they will not consume much. Though there are factors affecting that appetite, but I'm not going there to divert the video. I have other videos on that. So now, when you are measuring, for instance, you give them 5 grams this morning, they have taken it. Maybe in the evening or maybe tomorrow morning, they don't have that same high appetite. And you measure your 500 grams and pour in. Probably they have taken a little and they leave the rest. What happens to it? And that's where the overfeeding also comes. The leftover one, the feed that they have not consumed, about 10-15 minutes time, you will not see it again. It will dissolve in the pond. And when it dissolves, it increases the ammonia and it reduces oxygen. That's what I was telling you. And that's deadly. Also, if they have not consumed and it settles under, or sometimes they even overfeed and they vomit it, and all will boil down to high ammonia and low oxygen. So to do or to avoid that, and even before I go to avoiding that, if you notice you have overfed them and the feed is still floating, in 5-10 minutes they are no more eating and it is still on the pond, please take something and collect them. Don't allow the feed to dissolve in the pond. It is disastrous. So collect the leftover feed and throw it away. And you are wasting feed. So apart from the danger of overfeeding, you are also wasting the feed. And when we are talking about overfeeding, it is not necessary that today you give them 5 cups. This is assumption. Tomorrow they might take 5 cups, like I said earlier. Today 5 cups may be okay for them, but tomorrow 5 cups may be overfeeding for them, and that depends on how they consume. So come back to its solution. The responsive feeding method, you give them small, you see how they react to it, and you add them. So when you notice that they are satisfied, you leave them. If you continue like this, and you have other parameters in place, you're going to have your fish grow bigger. But overfeeding is a misconception, or more feed is misconception, and overfeeding can kill your fish. So bear in mind. And to give you a bonus tip, when your fish are still fingerling or small, they have small stomach, and for that matter, they take small. But within some few hours, they are hungry again. So mostly when they are smaller or fingerlings or fry, it is advisable you give them 3 times a day. Feed them 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, evening. And when you observe, you notice that in the morning they'll take much, afternoon they'll take lesser, even they'll take little much, but not up to the morning. And that's why I was telling you that don't have constant measurement of feed giving them. No. So give them that. And when they grow to 500 grams and above, maybe 3 months, 4 months, their stomach are now big. They can consume more feed at a time. So at that time, you can now feed them once a day or twice. Preferably, I give them once, but give them heavy meal. They'll take it in the morning. If you choose evening, then you give them in the evening and leave them till the following day at that same time. Then you feed them again, and that will be perfectly okay. That way, you will minimize the feed wastage and then you also get bigger growth. Please, if you're not subscribed to this channel, do so, because all we do here is share fish farming tips based on our experience and research. Thank you so much for watching, and currently we are at Accra, Kasua, taking care of this farm for a while to see how it is going to be good for the farmer as a beginner. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.